Have you ever watched someone shuffle past you in the grocery store, leaning on a cane that seemed heavier than their groceries, and thought, I hope that's not me one day? There's no shame in needing help, but there's something deep in our spirit that wants to stand tall, to walk without pain, to feel confident in every step. After all, walking is freedom. The kind of freedom that lets you garden in spring, dance at your granddaughter's wedding, or chase your dog when he decides the neighbor's yard looks more exciting than yours. But here's the truth most people don't tell you. Losing your mobility doesn't happen overnight. It's not a sudden slip or a twist in the wrong direction. It's the small things, the habits we don't even notice, that chip away at our strength, our balance, our confidence. That's why this video might be one of the most important you watch this year, because we're not going to talk about scary surgeries or miracle pills. We're going to walk through 5 simple daily actions, gentle but powerful habits that help keep you on your feet, strong and steady, long after your 70s. And I hope you stay with me to the very end, because what I'm about to share might just change how you walk into the rest of your life. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap the bell so you don't miss any of the life-changing tools we share every week. Your support means the world, not just to me, but to this entire community of wise, courageous elders who refuse to settle for decline. And if you find this video helpful, please like it, share it with someone you care about, and tell us in the comments what part of your body needs the most support right now. Let's begin with the first essential daily habit. It starts the moment your eyes open in the morning. Before your feet even touch the floor, you pause, place one hand over your belly, the other over your chest, and take 5 long, deep breaths, in through your nose and out through pursed lips. This isn't just about calming your mind, it's about reawakening your muscles from the inside out. Because when we breathe deeply, we're not just filling our lungs, we're activating our diaphragm, our core, our posture. And trust me, posture is the unsung hero of mobility. Many people think a cane becomes necessary because of weak legs, but often it starts with a weak center your balance, your stability, your ability to catch yourself when the world tilts even slightly. This breathing ritual sets the tone. It tells your nervous system we're in control. It nudges the spine back into alignment, and it reminds you that you are not fragile. You are still connected, still powerful. That 5-breath ritual takes less than a minute, but it anchors your body and your spirit for the day ahead. And from that centered place, we move into the next habit. One that takes just a few more steps, literally. So, you've taken your 5 breaths, your spine feels a little taller, and there's a quiet steadiness humming in your chest. That's no accident. It's your body remembering who it is and what it's still capable of. Now, we take that awareness and carry it into the second habit, what I call the hallway walk. You don't need to lace up sneakers or step outside, you just need a few meters of space, maybe your kitchen to the hallway or the bedroom to the front door. What matters isn't the distance, it's the intention. Tucked, shoulders relaxed, and you walk slowly, deliberately. With your feet rolling from heel to toe, each step is an invitation for your body to remember how to move with purpose. Because one of the sneakiest enemies of mobility after 70 isn't injury, it's hesitation. We stop trusting our steps, we shuffle instead of stride, we look down too much, we brace ourselves for pain that may or may not come. But this little walk done first thing in the morning, every single day, begins to reverse that fear. It rewires your balance. It retrains your muscles to support you rather than protect you. Some days you might feel wobbly, other days, strong. Both are okay. The point isn't to be perfect hits, to show up for yourself, one confident step at a time. And when you do it daily, your feet, ankles, knees, and hips begin to remember their rhythm. That rhythm is your freedom. Now, if you're ready, we're going to shift gears, because the next habit isn't something most people associate with walking at all. But trust MIT's just as powerful. It's something you do while seated, maybe with a warm cup of tea beside you and a few quiet minutes before the noise of the day creeps in. It's writing. Yes, writing. I'm not talking about a novel or anything fancy, just a few lines in a notebook, maybe something you're grateful for, a dream you had, a memory that surfaced while brushing your teeth. You might be wondering, what does this have to do with avoiding a cane? Everything, Because when we stop expressing ourselves, we start shrinking, not just in spirit, but in movement too. The brain and body are deeply connected. When your mind is engaged, your posture changes, your outlook softens. Your sense of purpose of still being part of the world starts to rise again. People who feel useful walk differently. They stand differently. They recover differently. So when you write just a paragraph, a few words, a doodlier, not just filling a page, you're keeping the lights on upstairs. And that mental clarity ripples downward into how you move through space, how quickly you respond to a missed step, how calmly you carry yourself in moments of stress. It's like watering the roots so the whole tree stays alive. And that brings us to something deeper, a habit you may already be doing without realizing how powerful it really is. You know those quiet moments in the afternoon when the light hits just right through the curtains and the world softens for a minute? Maybe you're sitting by the window sipping tea and something inside whispers, "I used to move so freely." And that whisper, it's not regret, it's a memory knocking. A signal from your younger self saying, "I'm still in here." That's where our third habit lives in, the power of reaching up. It sounds simple, maybe even silly, but when was the last time you stood and gently stretched both arms above your head, not in a yawn or a shrug, but with full intention? Each morning or evening, find a doorframe or just stand tall, feet planted. Slowly raise your arms as if you're placing a star on top of a tree. Feel the length in your ribs, the expansion in your chest, the way your spine grows like a sapling stretching for sunlight. This simple reach, done daily, helps counter one of aging's most silent thieves, compression. As we sit more and move less, our bodies curl in. Our shoulders round forward, our rib cage tightens. And without realizing it, we've become smaller, closer to the ground. Not because we're old, but because gravity has quietly convinced us to give in. But you can reclaim that space with a gentle reach. You breathe air into forgotten corners. You wake up muscles that haven't felt daylight in years. You tell your body, "I still choose expansion." Some mornings you'll feel stiff. That's okay. You're not forcing anything. You're inviting it. And over time, those few seconds of reaching lead to deeper breaths, better balance, and a taller presence that says, "I'm still here. And I'm not done yet." Now, I want to take you somewhere else for a moment. Somewhere personal. Maybe you've stood in the kitchen holding a dish or a jar and felt your hand tremble just slightly. Maybe you've noticed how hard it is to twist open a bottle, or how your fingers fumble when buttoning a shirt, and that moment, that tiny flash of frustration, can feel like a punch to the heart. Because we don't talk about how vulnerable that is, how humbling. But here's the truth. Strength doesn't vanish. It fades, unless we light the candle again. Which brings us to the fourth habit, what I call the daily grip. A soft ball, a rolled-up pair of socks, even a sponge from the sink. Anything you can gently squeeze. Just hold it in one hand, squeeze for 5 seconds. Release, then again, and again. Do this while you read, while you watch your favorite show, while you wait for your coffee to steep. This little motion reactivates the muscles that help you hold, carry, balance, and stabilize. It sharpens your reflexes. It keeps you connected to your environment, and reduces the risk of the slips and stumbles that push canes into our lives too soon. And the best part? That tiny ball in your hand becomes something more. A reminder that you are still in charge. Let that sink in for a moment. And when you're ready, we'll step into the final part, because there's one habit left. And it's the one that brings all the others together. There's a chair in every home that knows your shape by heart. The one where you read the paper, where you sip your evening tea, where time slows down and comfort holds you. But here's the question I need to ask. How often do you rise from that chair without using your hands, not because someone told you to, but because your body still remembers how? The fifth daily habit is simple, yet profound. The stand without hands. It's not a fitness move. It's not something flashy for a gym brochure. It's a conversation between your muscles and your will. It says, "I still rise on my own." Every day, pick a safe, sturdy chair. Sit upright. Place your feet hip-width apart. Cross your arms lightly over your chest. Let them hover beside you on slowly. With control, stand tall, no push, no grip, just power from within. Do it once, then again, 3 times in the morning. 3. In the evening, you're not just strengthening your legs, you're strengthening your future. Every time you stand without help, you reinforce your right to choose where you go, how you live, and when you move. I've met people in their late 70s who told me, the first time I couldn't stand without my hands. I didn't feel old, I felt afraid, but just 2 weeks of doing this daily, and the fear turned into fire. It's never about becoming 20 again. It's about keeping your dignity, your confidence, your rhythm. Because the truth is, most people don't wake up one day and suddenly need a cane. It creeps in quietly after months of letting strength leak away. It arrives when we stop rising on our own terms. But you've made it this far. And if you're still listening, I know something about you. You're not ready to shrink your life to match the limitations others expect. So let's remember, walk for joy, not just steps. Balance, not because you're afraid to fall, but because you want to dance in the kitchen. Reach, because your body deserves space. Grip, because strength lives in the smallest movements. And rise, because you still can. No matter your age, your journey isn't over. You're still shaping it. One step, one breath, one daily habit at a time. Thank you for being here with me, for choosing to care about yourself this deeply. If this message stirred something in you, please, let us know in the comments. Share your story, your struggles, your victories. Someone reading might need your voice today, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and tap that little bell, so you never miss the stories and science-backed habits that help us live boldly, no matter what number's on our birthday cake. If you found this helpful, a like goes a long way, and when you share it with a friend or loved one, you're doing more than sending a video. You're sending hope. Here's to living strong, proud, and standing tall today, tomorrow, and for all the days still to come.